Hello and welcome to Mather Park here in Cleveland, Ohio for today's game between Case Western Reserve University and the University of Chicago. What turned out to be a really nice day today. Rained a lot of this morning. We were kind of afraid we would have to push back today's start, but we're going to be on time today for this doubleheader between the 7th ranked Spartans and the Maroons of Chicago. My name is Eddie Karakis, and I'll be giving you today's play-by-play in place of the usual Ron Janssen Sarzucci. Welcome here to Mather Park. Give you the starting lineup for the Maroons, who come into the today with a record of 25-8. They are not affiliated with a conference, so their whole schedule is non-conference. Leading off for the Maroons is Maddie Murphy, the shortstop. Hitting second is the right fielder, Natalie Anton. Hitting third and playing center field is Audrey Hoy. Hitting fourth, we'll have the catcher.
Leading off, game number
and that
one
is
Chicago, number 7, Maddie Murphy.
Mia Bosian. Lila Sims will be in left field and hit fifth. Ava Sinai will hit sixth and be designated player. Hitting seventh is Anna Jensen at second. Hitting eighth is Alina Yazik at first base. And hitting ninth is Matilda Nelson at third. For the Spartans, in the circle is Lexi Miskey, the ace of this pitching staff, one of the best pitchers, probably the best in program history. Today's first pitch popped up on the infield. The second baseman, Kai Gross, will be under it, and it'll be one pitch, one out here as we begin the top of the first. First pitch, 104.
Now batting, number 16, Natalie Anton.
So to bring up Natalie Anton, we've already got one out here in the first inning. Anton is a freshman, lefty in the box. She's from Lima, Ohio, went to Lima Senior High School, batting .430 this season in the Maroon lineup. First pitch from Miskey. That's catching the outside part of the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Give you the Spartan defense here. At third base, it's Bisberry. At short, Karen Potts. Second base, Kai Gross, who made the first out today. And at first base is Bella Russo. The outfield from left to right is Steve Riga, Keller Jagoda, and Elena Steffes. As that pitch is over for a strike, it's 0-2. We're watching here for Lexi Miskey. Miskey comes into today with 520 career strikeouts, 1 away from tying the program record and 2 away from setting a new program record. She has Natalie Anton down 0-2. The pitch, and that's way outside. For a ball, it's 1-2. And that's Caitlin Lamb behind the plate. The Maroons come in, as I mentioned, with a record of 25-8. Chicago tried to play on Thursday a doubleheader against Wash U. They were unable to get either game in. They played 4 innings, but that game was declared a no contest. And that pitch popped up, and Bisberry almost made a nice play in foul territory, but she was unable to corral it. So count remains 1-2. Prior to that, in their last official game, the Maroons swept Mount Mary University at home. 2 5-inning games, 11-0 and 9-0. Chicago comes in actually on a 12-game winning streak, coming to face the 7th-ranked Spartans. The 1-2 swung out and missed. That's strike 3. The ball gets away from Lamb. She'll throw it down on the first, and that's out number 2. As we'll look and see, looks like Anton thought that she fouled that pitch away, and it did go far beyond the backstop. The home plate umpire did not call a foul ball. He called a swing. He's getting together with the other 2 umpires to check and see if they have a foul ball or not. As it stands now, that's a strikeout, a swinging, and a put out at first. But the umpires will get together and see if foul ball. Okay. So they'll change that to just 1 out in the inning, and it's still a 1-2 count on Natalie Anton. Anton coming into the day batting .430. She started every single game for the Maroons this year, just a freshman. 20 runs scored, 7 doubles, a triple, and a home run. The 1-2, and that's fouled back again. Still 1-2. So good at bat here after the first batter of the game, Maddie Murphy, popped out in the first pitch she saw. Natalie Anton has seen, will be 7 pitches coming here in this at-bat. The 1-2. Change up from Miskey, line to Bellarusso, and she'll stab it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Chicago here in their half of the first inning.
Now batting.
Up next, the center fielder, Audrey Hoy. Hoy, also a freshman from Cumming, Georgia, went to South Forsyth High School. Hoy standing in the batter's box right-handed. First pitch from Miskey. Fouls that one back. 0-1. A lot of good contact here from the Maroons early. They've been fouling off some pitches from Miskey. Hoy, this is her 31st start, or sorry, her 28th start. This is her 31st game. In 89 at-bats, she's gotten 29 hits, 16 runs scored, 4 doubles, 10 runs driven in. She's looking to get on base here with 2 down in the first. Is that pitch up and a bit outside for a ball? It's 1-1. Chicago, I mentioned they are independent, just playing kind of whoever they can. They started the season with 21st ranked Central College. This is the 1-1 outside for a ball. It's 2-1. They've also played Swarthmore. Milwaukee School of Engineering is another good school. They've played Wisconsin Platteville, North Park, Calvin, Wheaton, Wisconsin Whitewater, who they swept in a doubleheader. So they played a pretty good schedule to get to their 25-8 record. As that pitch inside on the hand, swung on and missed. Oop, it's 2-2. So 2-2, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Alexi Miskey looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The pitch, and that swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Maroons go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the first inning. The Spartans will come up to bat scoreless. Bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game between 7th-ranked Case Western Reserve and the University of Chicago. Karen Potts, the leadoff hitter for the Spartans, will step into the plate. She'll face the ace of this Chicago staff, Paige Hefka. Paige, the junior from North Royalton, Ohio, a local product, has been perhaps the best pitcher in Chicago history. As that pitch over for a ball, it's 1-0. The defense behind Hefka at third base is Nelson. Shortstop is Murphy. Jensen is at second. As that pitch over but low, it's 2-0. And at first is Yazek. Bossian's behind the plate. Sims, Hoy, and Anton is your outfield from left to right. Bossian is behind the plate. My apologies. The 2-0. Potts grounds that one up the middle, and that's a base hit. So a leadoff single from Karen Potts. Number 51 for her this season. Get the Spartans on base.
Now batting.
Get them going here in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game. That Spartan lineup, it's Potts, who's on first now. Kai Gross hitting second and playing second. C.B. Rieger In the 3 spot, Bisberry hitting cleanup. Bella Russo is batting 5th. Kayla Nutter hitting 6th. Elena Steff is 7th. Caitlin Lamb 8th. Kelly Jagoda is in the 9 hole. The first pitch to Gross. She grounded to second baseman, and that's past the second baseman into right field. That's a base hit. Potts will round second. She'll head to third. As back-to-back singles will give Case Western Reserve runners at the corners to lead off the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting, number 20, Stevie Rieger.
So 2 quick hits for the Spartans here against Paige Hefka. They must be seeing things they like against the Maroon starter, who last season was 3rd team All-Region. She had a 1.47 ERA and 138 strikeouts. This season, just as good, if not better, as Rieger shows bunt. It's over for a strike, and Gross is into second base with a stolen base. So a strike there brings the count to 0-1. Gross is now on second with a steal. Potts remained at third. There was a good throw down by the catcher, as Potts did not take off for home on the throw. This season in the circle, Hefka 12-5 with a 1.56 ERA. Is that pitch inside, but a strike? It's 0-2 now on Stevie Rieger. 12-5, 1.56 ERA, 121 strikeouts in 112 and 1/3 innings. This is her 19th start, 20th appearance. She's thrown 12 complete games. So expect her to go this whole game as well. It's the 0-2 outside and low for a ball. It's 1-2. Hefka looking to get Rieger to chase there. Rieger this season, the best Spartan hitter by batting average. 430 she's hitting coming into the season, or coming into this game, rather. She's driven in 38, looking to drive in 2 more here. The 1-2. On her hand, she fouls that back. Still 1-2. Hefka trying to work inside on the Spartan senior, who is experienced enough to know that she can just foul that pitch off and keep the at-bat alive. So Potts is on third, Gross is on second, Rieger at the plate. The 1-2 popped up in between infield and outfield. The left fielder will come in and make the catch, and that's not deep enough. So Sims will retire Rieger, one left fielder to another, and that'll be the first out here in the first inning. Lineup continues for the Spartans with Biz Berry, the third baseman, who's hitting .385 this year. This is her 39th appearance, 38th start. 40 hits in 104 at-bats. 26 driven in. First pitch to her, high for a ball. It's a 1-0. So Case Western Reserve looking to get on the board here in the first inning after Lexi Miskey retired to the Maroons 1-2-3 in the top of the first. The 1-0. That pitch fouled way out of play. It's 1-1. That one went over the Spartan dugout into the bullpen area, and some young fans will go and get that. Interesting to see. Hefka's been working across the plate, outside, inside. She goes outside here. A tapper to the third baseman. She comes home with it. No, she doesn't. Throws it to first. And that'll be a run on a ground out for Biz Berry. So maybe not what Biz Berry wanted there, but still a ground out gets the run home. Potts will score. Gross will move over to second. Puts Case Western Reserve on the board. So with 2 down now, Bella Russo to the plate. First pitch to her on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Want to know the score here for Case Western Reserve as a RBI ground out from Biz Berry brings home a run. As that pitch high and outside for a ball, it's a 1-1. Russo, another left-hander in the box for the Spartans this season, hitting .356 with 23 driven in. She had her first home run of the season last weekend. The 1-1 inside on the hands. It's a strike. It's 1-2. Spartans looking to drive in another run here after Potts and Gross led off the inning with back-to-back singles. Potts scored just now on a ground out, but 2 down and a 1-2 count on Russo. And that pitch off speed, tried to get the top of the zone. She did not. It's 2-2. Hefka averages more than a strikeout an inning So you're looking for 122 here on Russo. The 2-2. That's high, almost got her to chase, but she did not. Runs the count full 3-2. Full count now on Russo, the junior. Russo, after a cold start to the season, she was hitting under 200 before the Spartans came back home after their trip, has really heated up in conference play. Is that pitch on the inside corner? That's strike 3. So Russo goes down swinging, but the Spartans get a run. They lead 1-0 as we head to the second. It'll be Mia Bosian to lead off the top of the second inning for Chicago. Lexi Miskey now has tied the program record for career strikeout. She had 159 as a first-year student, 207 last year. She's up to 165 this year in 2024. So 521 strikeouts for Lexi Miskey. Sorry, 531, tied with Ruth Sagartz for the program record. Mia Bosian to the plate, the catcher for Chicago. The cleanup hitter in this lineup. First pitch to her, that's high and outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Bosian on the season hitting .380. She's driven in 20 runs, scored 16 times. This is start number 30 for her in game number 34. 9 doubles, 2 triples. The 1-0. Swung on and missed on the inside corner. It's 1-1 now. Bosian, also a freshman from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. This roster and this lineup for Chicago, very underclassmen heavy, very young for Ruth Kamak, their 25th year head coach. So 1-1, swung on and missed. Fastball from Miskey brings the count to 1-2. Just 4 seniors on this roster for Chicago in total. And already we've seen 3 freshmen in the lineup. The 1-2 from Miskey. That's high. It's 2-2. Tried to get Bosian to chase the rise ball there. She held off. But most notably for the Maroons, Paige Hefka in the circle is a junior. One of the few upperclassmen. The 2-2. And that's high and way outside. Runs the count full to 3-2. Case Western Reserve leads 1-0 here. We play the top of the second inning. Chicago went down 1-2-3 in their first. The Spartans scored a run in their half of the first inning on an RBI groundout. And the payoff pitch from Miskey. And that's strike 3. There's the program record for Lexi Miskey. 532 strikeouts for Miskey. And she is now first in program history in career strikeouts. Congratulations to Miskey, who passed Ruth Sagartz, a 2009 graduate of the program. This first pitch, that's driven into center field, and that is out of here. A home run for Lila Sims ties the game for the Maroons. First pitch she saw from Miskey, and she drove that one on a line drive over the fence in center field to tie the game at 1. So after retiring the first 4 batters of the inning, or of the game, meanwhile, Miskey gives up a home run. And for Sims, That's home run number 4 on the year. She leads this Maroon lineup with 4 home runs. She actually has more home runs than the rest of her roster combined. So if anyone was going to hit one out, it was going to be her, and she drove that one on a line drive well over the center field fence into the trees to tie the score at 1. So a clean slate now, 1 down here in the top of the 2nd inning. Ava Sinai to the plate, hitting .318. Pitch high and outside for ball. It's 1-0. So Miskey, who just set the program record for career strikeouts, gave up a first pitch home run to Lila Sims. Sinai on the season, she has 2 home runs as well. Between Sinai and Sims now. That pitch swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Sinai and Sims have a combined 6 home runs. Overall, Chicago has 7. This is not a power hitting lineup, really. Just the 7 home runs. Slugging .417 coming into the day as a team. Count is even at 1. The pitch, that's fouled back. 1-2 now. So 1-2 count, 1 out, bases empty here for Ava Sinai. Sinai, the senior from Marion Station, PA, from Germantown Friends High School. The 1-2, that's driven over Karen Potts' head into left field. That's a base hit. Jagoda will cut it off. She'll throw it into second, but not in time as a double for Sinai. Back-to-back hits for the Maroons, and they're in business now here in the 2nd inning. So after Miskey retired the first 4 batters for Chicago, it's been home run and double. And now Anna Jensen to the plate. Jensen, the number 7 hitter in this lineup. She's playing second today. She's hitting .208 on the season. So the 2 power hitters did some damage as the Maroons have a runner on second and 1 out. First pitch, a touch inside. It's ball 1. Miskey trying to get the inner part of the plate there. Was unable to do so. We'll see. Home plate umpire has been pretty good about calling the inside part of the plate, but that one maybe a touch further inside. Anna Jensen, the sophomore from Irvine, California, at the plate. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1. Woodbridge High School Jensen went to. Hitting .208, making her 33rd start in 34 games. Just 16 hits on the year. 15 of them singles. She's driven an 8, though. Tie game here. Top of the 2nd inning. The 1-1. And that swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Jensen struck out 11 times in 77 at-bats. This Maroon lineup, for the most part, does have a lot of strikeouts. They've whiffed now 127 times this season. The 1-2. And that's on the outside corner, strike 3. So Miskey with her 2nd strikeout of the inning, 3rd of the day. Puts 2 away here in the 2nd.
Number 22, Alina Yezik.
Alina Yezik to the plate. Yezik, the other senior in this lineup, playing first base. She's from Verona, Wisconsin. First pitch to her. That's on the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Yezik this season hitting .333. She's driven in 6. This is her 17th start. She's played in 23 games. The 0-1, that's swung on a miss. She's way late on that. 0-2 now. So 0-2 the count, 2 down, runner on second. Miskey looking to get out of this inning after giving up back-to-back hits. One of those a home run. The 0-2, and that's fouled back. Count remains 0-2. Not sure if we expected a pitcher's duel today or what kind of game we expected, really. 2 really good pitchers in the circle, all-region, all-American consideration for both of them. The 0-2. And that's a bit low for a ball, 1-2. I think Miskey tried to go off speed there a little bit. Maybe get Gasek looking. Unable to do so. Good take there by the senior. The next pitch. And that's fouled back. Count remains 1-2. So good at bat here from Alina, who this is her first time facing Miskey today. And imagine the Spartans and Maroons faced off last season. That was in Chicago. They played a doubleheader at the end of the year. Take a look at those box scores in a second. The 1-2. And that's swung on and missed, strike 3. So Miskey strikes out the side, but she gives up a home run. And that'll tie the game here. So it's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the second. So Kayla Nutter to the plate in a tie game here, 1-1 in the bottom of the second inning. Nutter, the senior for the Spartans, who's been getting a lot of playing time in the last few weeks. The senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, West Claremont High School. During senior weekend, as that first pitch over on the inside corner for strike, it's 0-1. During senior weekend, Nutter hit 2 home runs and then followed that up last weekend with another home run. So she's got 3 on the year. The first 3 of her career all came within the last 5 games. The 0-1 outside, 1-1. Overall in the season, Nutter hitting .261. This is her 5th start, only 23 at bats. Like I said, for most of the season, she was not getting playing time. And the 1-1 also outside for ball, 2-1. The home plate umpire not giving the outside edge there to Paige Hefka. So Nutter into the box now. Senior against a junior. The 2-1 way inside, but that's a strike. I cannot tell from here what's going on, as that pitch caught the inside part of the plate. It looked like had some movement. It moved well from the outside part of the plate to the inside part of the plate. A nice pitch there from Hefka to even the count at 2. And Nutter will pop that one up into no man's land, but the left fielder, Sims, will make the catch. Good play there by Sims coming in on that ball. Track it down, as that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the second. First year Elena Steffes to the plate. Steffes playing right field today. She's hitting .350 on the year. This is her 23rd start, 32nd appearance. 60 at-bats. She's got 21 hits. Of those 21 hits, 12 are doubles, and she's got a triple. Pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1. Mentioned the doubles there by the Spartans. This season, they are second in Division III, at least coming into the weekend in doubles. They have 85 on the year. Swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. That'll make the count 0-2. Steffes with 12. She's actually 4th on the team. Stevie Rieger first with 15, then Gross with 14, and then Potts with 13. And every Spartan with at least 5 at-bats with a double. The 0-2. Popped that one out of play. He keeps the count at 0-2. So, Steffes at the plate. 1 down here. Bases are empty for the Spartans. Bottom of the second inning. We're talking about Hefka earlier. As much as Miski is for the Spartans, Hefka is for the Maroons. As Steffes waits back on that, grounded to the third base, and Nelson over to Yazik for out number 2. So Hefka, who gave up back-to-back hits to lead off the first inning, has now retired 5 in a row. Seemed to settle into a rhythm here. Caitlin Lamb, the junior catcher, to the plate. Lamb on the season hitting .261, 2 home runs, 12 driven in. First pitch fouls that one back. It's 0-1. Lamb, the regular Spartan catcher here. She's played in every single game, started all but 2. One of those was senior day when every single senior made a start. 23 hits and 88 at-bats. The 0-1 on the inside corner, that's strike 2. So have you seen early on, the umpire is giving the inside part of the plate to the pitchers. We'll see if batters are able to adjust, whether that's moving a little bit further away from the plate or just swinging at those pitches. The 0-2. Outside a bit low, 1-2. Hefka already top 5 in Chicago history in strikeouts. For her career, she's up to 363 heading into the day, and she's already got one as that pitch well outside for a ball, 2-2, so she's at 364. At least 100 every year, and she's improved every year too for the Maroons. 260 ERA in 2022, 189 last year, and down to 156 this season. The 1-2 drilled down the left field line, but foul. Keeps the count even at 2-2. Lamb a little bit early on that. Almost hit head coach Josie Henry in the third place coaching box. Earlier, just that pitch was a bit inside and got in on her hands. So 2 down, a 2-2 count. Bases are empty. Number 2 is at the plate. The pitch. That's popped up foul, out of play into the batting cages down the right field line. Count remains 2-2. So good at bat here from Lamb. It was down 1-2 and managed to fight her way back. Even the count and up to pitch number 7. 2-2 one more time in the dirt. Evens the count, or sorry, makes the count full, 3-2. They want to check to see if Lamb went. She did not. So Lamb stays in the box with now a full count, 2 down. Hefka this season has only walked 22 batters in 112 innings. Full count offering. And that's low, ball 4. So walk number 23 this season, and Lamb's on first with 2 down for the bottom of the order. It's Kella Jagoda.
Now batting, number 13, Kella Jagoda.
Jagoda, the senior slap hitter for the Spartans, hitting only .283 this year after a decent start to the year, has cooled off a bit. She's still starting every game, moved from the top of the lineup to the bottom of the lineup to give it a second leadoff hitter. That pitch a touch low, 1-0. So runner on first, that's Lamb. She walked with 2 outs here to break up a string of 5 in a row set down by Paige Hefka in the circle. The 1-0 to Jagoda. Low for a ball, it's 2-0. And imagine now Jagoda taking all the way here on a 2-0 pitch. Jagoda, the senior from Oswego, Illinois. Went to Oswego High School there outside of Chicago. The 2-0 to her. She's swinging on it. Going to be a tough play for the second baseman, and she won't make it. It's possible here that Chicago might want interference on that, as the runner from first to second was potentially in the way, but no arguments from the Maroon dugout. So Jagoda's on first with, could be a hit or an error depending on how you score it. Take a look at it and see what that was, but 2 runners on, as we'll get a pinch runner here. It'll be Tara Fritcher. Tara Fritcher will run for Lamb at second. So Fritcher now on second, running for Lamb, who walked with 2 outs. Jagoda on first. Jagoda's got speed. She wouldn't be substituted out for a pinch runner. And now Karen Potts to the plate, the first year who's already 1 for 1 with a base hit today. First pitch to her. Grounds out one to the second baseman. Throws it over to first and now retire the side. That was Jensen to Yazik. So Hefka gets out of the inning. The Spartans get 2 on, but unable to score. We'll head to the third. It's 1-1. Tilly Nelson to the plate, the Chicago third baseman, here to lead off the third inning. Number 9 in the lineup. First pitch, she pops that one up into foul territory. Bella Russo gets under it. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third inning.
Now batting, number 7, Maddie Murphy.
So 1 down for the top of the order. It's Maddie Murphy. Murphy, who popped out on the first pitch she saw, first pitch of the game, to lead off this contest. She looks at the first pitch, and that's over for a strike. It's 0-1. So tie game here, 1-1. Both teams with 1 run on 2 hits here in the third inning. Both teams gone through their lineup just the 1 time. The 0-1 from Miskey. That's high for ball, evens the count at 1. So as mentioned in last season, these 2 teams battled in a doubleheader in Chicago. But first we'll give you a little bit more about the third baseman, Murphy. The 1-1 swung and a miss, that's strike 2. Murphy, the best hitter in this Chicago lineup, hitting .467. This is her 34th start. She's got 50 hits this year. Of those, 6 are doubles, 7 are triples. She's driven in 24. She also struck out 11 times. The 1-2 home. In on the hand, she fouls that one back. Keeps the count at 1-2. Murphy, the sophomore from Walnut Creek, California, Las Lomas High School. Out there. So last season, in the first game of the doubleheader, the Spartans won 3-1. That was the duel between Miskey and Hefka. The 1-2, that would have been low, but she fouled it back. Keeps the count 1-2. 3-1 game where Miskey went 5 innings, got the win, only gave up 2 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, and Hefka went the full complete game, gave 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. The 1-2 here, and that's swung on a miss, strike 3. So strikeout number 5 for Lexi Miskey today. They're 2 down here in the third inning.
Now batting, number 16, Natalie Anton.
So Natalie Anton to the plate. Anton 0 for 1. She lined out to Russo in her first at-bat. So Miskley settling back down after 2 quick hits in the second inning, tied the score. First pitch to Anton at the letters for a strike. It's 0-1. Spartans scored 1 in the bottom of the first. Their first 2 runners reached base, and an RBI groundout from Biz Berry brought in a run. Maroons responded in the second inning, a home run by Lila Sims. As that pitch driven to left center field, Rieger is under it, and she makes a great running catch. And I'll retire the side, so 3 up, 3 down for Chicago. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Game still tied at 1. Spartans looking to break a 1-1 tie here as we play the bottom of the third inning. No better player to do that than Kai Gross. That first pitch low and inside for a ball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Gross singled in her first at-bat in the first inning. Restrained at third. That's pitch low and outside for a ball. It's 2-0. Hefka has struggled a little bit with strikes today. 41 pitches, just 24 strikes for the junior in the circle for the Maroons. 2-0. Popped into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. So Kai Gross 2 for 2 today, as that one couldn't be more perfectly placed down the left field line. The left fielder Sims was playing her to pull to right field, so no way for her to get to that. So Kai on first with none down here, and Stevie Rieger to the plate. Rieger, who flew out in her first at-bat. A lot of action for Sims over there in left today. She's already got, I believe, 3 putouts. First pitch to Stevie. She drives that one to center field. That's a base hit. So the first 2 Spartans have reached again here in the third inning. As Case Western Reserve will look to take the lead. Up to the plate, it's Biz Berry. Berry, who drove in the only run for Case Western Reserve today. That was with a ground out. I'd imagine, despite Biz being the cleanup hitter, she will be bunting here with runners on first and second and nobody out. This season, Biz has 4 sacrifice hits. That's second on the team. She does not show bunt. Takes the first pitch on the inside part of the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. I do wonder if Biz is not bunting here because of the way Hefka's been mostly working on the inside portion of the plate. We'll see what she does with an 0-1 count. She does show bunt, gets it down, fielded by Hefka, but no, it gets past her. And Gross will score. Rieger will go to third base as a bunt from Biz Berry got by the pitcher and allowed Kai Gross to come all the way to second to score. So Biz Berry now has driven in both of the Spartan runs, as runners are now on the corners for Case Western Reserve here with Bella Russo at the plate. Interesting there, Hefka and Nelson maybe had a bit of a miscommunication as who's who could field that ball, as Russo shows bunt, pulls back, throw to the second baseman, who throws it back to the catcher. Rieger's in a run down now to the third baseman, back to the catcher. And she's safe at third. And Barry, who had gone all the way to third, is back at second. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there by the Maroons, who could have gotten Bisberry easily out at second. They had someone standing on the base, but Bisberry is standing at second. I believe that first pitch was a ball. So Barry at second, Rieger at third after all that. As that pitch outside again, count should be 2-0. After all that, that was well done for the most part by the Chicago defense. They had Rieger in a rundown. And then despite that, as that pitch inside for ball, it's 3-0. Could have gotten Barry at second, as I believe that was the center fielder who came all the way in to cover second base, but the fielder there at third didn't recognize it or didn't see the other fielder at second and didn't throw Barry out. Didn't want to risk it. 3-0, and that's a strike. It's 3-1. So after all that, runners on second and third, still nobody out for Case Western Reserve, who took the lead on an infield single, if that. Russo fouls that one onto the street, brings the count full 3-2. So runners on second and third for the Spartans. The full count offering, and that's fouled back, still 3-2. So good bat here for Russo, who initially was just trying to get the runner over to second, and now is trying to drive a pair of runners in. Russo this season, 23 runs driven in for the Spartans, as this will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat. Spartans looking to break this game open. The full count offering, and that's high, ball 4. So walk number 2 on the day for Hefka will load the bases with nobody out.
Now batting, number 14, Kayla Nutter.
And that'll bring Kayla Nutter to the plate. Nutter, who flew out in her first at bat. Nutter's been on a bit of a hot streak recently. 3 home runs in her last 5 games. One here would blow this game open. As it stands now, it's a 1-run lead. That first pitch high for ball 1-0. Nutter at the plate, Big Red they call her because of her red hair. For one today, batting .250 on the year. The 1-0, and that's high for ball. It's 2-0. So Hefka has lost control, both of the game a little bit and of her pitches. She just walked Bella Russo, and you saw her go to the rosin there. She's trying to find a good grip on this ball. The rain has not been here since the game started. 2-0, and that's over for a strike. It's 2-1. I'd imagine there Nutter taking all the way. The game not really delayed at all. Bunch of rain this morning. Tarp was on the field, covering the field, and then after about noon or so, it's been pretty clear here. We're hoping it stays clear the rest of the day. That 2-1 high and outside for ball 3-1. And Hefka's in danger of walking in 3-1. 3-1. Hefka in danger now of walking a run in. 1 run already came across today in this inning. That pitch, ball 4, and Hefka can't believe it. So a run will score. That's Rieger crossing the plate, and it'll be the Maroons will meet out in the circle. I believe that's one of the Chicago assistant coaches, either Myra Manuskin or Kelly Osler, talking to the entire infield now as back-to-back walks have brought in a run, and Chicago's head coach Ruth Kamak will talk to the home plate umpire about where those pitches were. Base is still loaded, still nobody out. The Spartans have already brought in 2 runs. Kai Gross led off the inning with a base hit to left field. Stevie Rieger followed with a hit up the middle. Biz Berry with a bunch. He was trying to put the runners over, and no one was able to field it, and Kai Gross came around to score, so that was the first run of the inning. And then An RBI walk for Kayla Nutter, who drive in the second run. So it's 3-1. Case Western Reserve, bases loaded, nobody out. Elena Steffes to the plate the first year. Steffes who grounded out in her first at bat. And head coach Josie Henry in to talk to the home plate umpire about, I don't know what. Looks like she's going to get a pinch runner. That'll be Nyla Durham, I believe. Yes, Nyla Durham over at first to run for Nutter. So before Steffes can step to the plate, pinch runner here, 33 Nyla Durham, the first year.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now running at first base for the
So
Spartans.
Durham now at
Number
first.
30, Nyla Durham. Once
Russo
again,
at
now
second,
batting for the
Berry at,
Spartans, number
at third,
25, Elena Steffes.
Steffes to the plate. Durham, we've seen a lot of action this year. She started a lot of the year. She's played in now every single game. That first pitch right over the heart of the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3-1 game. Steffes at the plate. She's driven in 11 in her first year with the Spartans. The 0-1, and that's over for a strike. It's 0-2. I do wonder, those are pretty good pitches. I wonder if Coach Henry had been telling Steffes to take a couple pitches to see if Hefka had strikes in her after walking 2 batters in a row. She's down in the count 0-2. Fouls that one back. Stays 0-2. Steffes is a really good 2-strike hitter. Despite her strikeout total, which is 11, she is calm, cool, and collected in the box for a first-year player from Findlay, Ohio. You've seen long at-bats from Elena throughout the season. She's down 0-2 here. Off speed, outside, fouls it back, still 0-2. That's what she'll do, though, is she'll expand her zone quite a bit, and she's able to get to those balls, for the most part, inside and outside. Her trouble is with the high rise ball. We saw that on Sunday against Mount Union last weekend. The 0-2 again. Inside a bit high. That's 1-2. You saw Hefka there go to the rise ball. And Steffes held off. So 1-2. 2 runs across, bases still loaded, nobody out. The 1-2. And that's strike 3. Looked like Elena got a piece of it, but it went back into the catcher's glove, so that'll be strikeout number 2 for Hefka. And a big first out here in the 3rd inning. So Caitlin Lamb to the plate. Bases still loaded, 1 out. Lamb, who walked in her first plate appearance, and was stranded. Ball outside, 1-0. So now 64 pitches for Hefka, 37 strikes. She's walked 3 already today. Also given up 5 hits. There's a lot of traffic on the base pass for the Spartans. The 1-0. And that's popped back foul, 1-1. Five hits, 3 walks, and an error. Put 9 runners on base for Case Western Reserve so far, as we play with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bases loaded for Liam, who's looking for at least 1 more RBI. She's up to 12 this year so far. The 1-1 in the dirt outside, 2-1. Case Western Reserve looking to blow this game open. They're up 2. They have their ace pitcher in the circle, but she's already been tagged with 1 run. Pop foul behind the plate, behind the press box even. Evens the count at 2. Good battle here. This would be a really big out for Chicago if they could get it. They gave up 2 runs early. The bases were loaded with nobody out. Hefka responds after a meeting in the circle with a strikeout. She's got 2 strikes now on Lamb. 2-2. Foul back, 3-2. That pitch probably low and outside, but Too close to take there for the junior catcher. It'll be Kella Jagoda next. Number 9 hitter in the lineup. 2-2 again. Outside in the other batter's box. Runs the count full, 3-2. Full count, 1 out. Bases loaded. I wonder if the runners here maybe will get a little bit of a head start. We'll see though. Big pitch here. As Lamb will drive that one into center field. And just on the warning track, the center fielder, Hoy, will make the catch, but it'll be deep enough to score a run. So a sacrifice fly from Caitlin Lamb will drive home Biz Berry, increase the Spartan lead to 3. The other 2 Spartan runners also tagged up, so Russo moved to third, Durham to second. As Lamb delivers an RBI, though there are still now two down in the inning. So Jagoda to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position. Jagoda, who reached on an error in her first plate appearance. 4-1 our score. That pitch low for ball. It's 1-0. Russo at third. Nyla Durham, who came in to run, at second. Jagoda at the plate. The senior, just 11 runs driven in. That pitch low and outside. It's 2-0. Although, I mean, that low RBI total can easily be explained because Kella, start of the year, was the leadoff hitter. Hit a little bit in the second spot. Now she's moved down to the 9 spot. And with all these great hitters in the lineup, not too often she gets a chance with runners on base, but she has 2 here in scoring position with 2 down. Lines that one foul. Hits off the top of the Chicago dugout. 2-1 now. So the umpire will look to get a few more balls from the Case Western Reserve dugout. Hefka already up to 73 pitches here in the 3rd inning. I mentioned she's struggled a bit, especially in the last inning or so with command. 3 walks, including 1 with the bases loaded to bring in a run. 4-1 our score. So 2-1 pitch. Fouled back, evens the count at 2-2. But Chicago 1 strike away now from getting out of this with just 3 runs across. Pretty big inning here for the Spartans. Though 2 runners in scoring position, they could make the lead even higher. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Jagoda. That pitch fouled back, keeps the count even at 2-2. The third baseman, Nelson, I've seen players play in on Jagoda. This is probably the furthest in I've seen with anyone. She's further in than the pitching circle. She has that mask on, so she probably feels well protected. But well in, looking for a short slap hit. The 2-2. And there is a short slap hit to Nelson. Fields that one on 2 bounces and gets Jagoda by half a step. So well defended there by the Maroons. Retires the side here, but Case Western Reserve scores 3 in the 3rd. They now lead 4-1. Defensive change here for Case Western Reserve as we lead off the fourth inning. Nyla Durham, who came in to run for Kayla Nutter, is now in right field, and Elena Steffes, the starting right fielder, is now the OP offensive player. Number 3 hitter in this Chicago lineup, it's Audrey Hoy, the freshman from Cumming, Georgia, will step in as Lexi Miskey has once again retired 5 in a row. Settled in after the second inning. She gave up a home run to Lila Sims and then a double to Ava Sinai. But after that, it's been strikeout, strikeout, pop out, strikeout, fly out. Maroons looking to get something going. They now trail 4-1 after the Spartans scored 3 in the third. First pitch from Miskey. That's over on the inside part of the plate. That's a strike. 0-1. Audrey Hoy, she struck out in her first at bat in the first inning. A good catch on the deep drive by Lamb that drove in a run, a sacrifice fly to the warning track. She drives that one to center field, but Jagoda on a running catch, unable to make it. Diving effort by Kella, unable to make the play, and that throw will go past Kai Gross. So a double for Hoy, and she's on third with a throwing error by Stevie Rieger. Well struck ball by Audrey Hoy into left center field. Jagoda, who was playing her to right, made a diving effort on that. If she was any taller than 4'11", she may have been able to make that play. Stevie Rieger, who got to the ball, threw it into second, and the throw was in the dirt and went away from the player covering, and that'll put Hoy on third with nobody down. Now the first pitch to Bosian. Bosian, who struck out in her first at-bat. She's batting with a runner on third and nobody out. And that second pitch way late on that. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. So Hoy is on third as the Maroons will look to cut into this deficit. They're trailing 4-1 here in the top of the fourth. That rise ball fouled back. It's 1-2 on Bosian. She sped up her swing a little bit there, but still a bit late on the riser. So she's now down 1-2. Bosian, she's running 20 this year. She's hitting .375 now after the strikeout today. A 1-2 pitch. And that's strike 3. So Bosian down swinging for the second time today. Strikeout number 6 for Lexi Miskey. Hoy will stay on third now with 1 out. But Lila Sims will step to the plate. Sims, who the first pitch you saw, drove it into the trees in center field to tie the game at 1. We'll see how Miskey approaches her with 1 out and a runner on third. First pitch swinging, Miskey went off speed, and Sims was not expecting that. Gets ahead 0-1. Sims was geared up and ready for the fastball in her first at-bat, certainly, and in her second at-bat here as well. We'll see if Miskey sticks with the off-speed or goes fast here. She stuck off-speed. That one missed outside. It's 1-1. Lexi, who today we haven't really seen the changeup as much, but she's been really working on that off-speed offering and hoping to add it to her arsenal as a full-time secondary pitch. That pitch swung on and missed, strike 2. That one looked like she took a little bit off of that, but still a fastball. Make it 1-2. Layla Sims at the plate. Hoy still on third. Double to lead off the inning. The 1-2. Swung and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Lexi Miskey. She's up to 7 on the day. And Hoy stuck at third with 2 down. Ava Sinai, who doubled in her last at-bat. Part of that two-hit inning in the second for Chicago. Fouls that one back. 0-1. So Miski, 7 strikeouts already today. She came in needing just 2 to set a new program career record. She did that in the second inning. She's now up to 537 for her career, 171 this season. The 0-1 home, fouled off. 0-2 now. That one went way out of play in the right-hand side. I'm sorry. So 0-2 now. As the Maroons thought they were in business to lead off the inning, a leadoff double in an air put a runner on third. But back-to-back strikeouts, they're down 0-2. Rise ball didn't chase. Good stop by Lamb behind the plate, keep the runner at third. 1-2 now. Miski struck out the side in the second inning. Looking to do the same here in the fourth. 1-2. High and outside. Lamb stabbed at it and was able to get it. Anything beyond her, and I believe Hoy will be home to at least have the deficit, make it 4-2. Hoy this season, 8 for 9 on stolen base attempts, so she has some speed. 2-2 pitch home. Swing and miss, strike 3, and Nexi Miski, after giving up a leadoff double, strikes out the side to strand the runner in scoring position. She's up to 8 today. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Case Western Reserve leads 4-1. Karen Potts in to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning for Case Western Reserve. Potts 1 for 2 today with a run scored. First pitch pops that one up in foul territory. That'll get just out of play for the first strike. Spartans sent 8 to the plate in the third inning, scored 3 times, left 2 on to take a 1-1 tie into a 4-1 lead. Potts was not a part of that inning. She was the lone Spartan to not bat in that frame. That's over for a strike. It's 0-2. Potts, the UAA Rookie of the Year this season, now hitting .415. The 0-2 to her. And that's called strike 3 on the outside corner. So a quick strikeout from Paige Hefko, looking to respond after giving up 3 runs. Apologies, in the last inning. Kai Gross, who started that inning with a well-placed single into left field. Stepping to the plate now, she's 2 for 2 today with a run scored. First pitch, that's a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. This season now, Kai Gross, sorry, not this season, for her career now, she's got 302 total bases, 176 career hits, and she scored 123 runs. She drives that one into center field. That'll get down in front of the center fielder, Hoy, and Kai Gross 3 for 3 today. So Gross is on first as Joel Eckert, Facilities Associate Director, out to talk to the home plate umpire. I believe something to do with weather. My guess is lightning or something in the area. And yes, the fielders and runners are coming off the field now. It looks like we're going to be in a delay, so at least a 30-minute delay here with storms in the area. We'll come back in about 30 minutes. just about ready to get back here. They said 3:25. We're about to resume, and it's 3:26 now. About an hour or so we were delayed because of lightning and rain, but a good job by the grounds crew, which included Joel Eckert as well as head coach Josie Henry and her family. After the lightning cleared, they were able to get the field nice and dry, and we're ready to back for softball. So to give you a recap here, it's 4-1 Case Western Reserve. One out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Spartans scored 3 in the third to take the lead. And Kai Gross is on first with Stevie Rieger at the plate. And we are back. And that first pitch over for a strike, it's 0-1. So Rieger at the plate, she's facing Paige Hefka. Rieger 1 for 2 today with a base hit. Kai Gross at first. The 0-1, and Gross takes off, but Rieger drives out one to left field. Left fielder has to turn around, but she's able to make the catch. A good catch there by Sims, and Gross will run back to first. So Rieger is out number 2 here in the fourth. We get play underway after the lengthy delay. Biz Berry to the plate. Biz 1 for 2 with 2 runs driven in. She had an RBI ground out in the first and an RBI bunt single in the third. Part of that 3-run third inning. Pitch outside for ball. It's 1-0. So Biz at the plate 1 for 2. Already 2 runs driven in. Kai Gross at first. We'll see if she takes off here. And she does. That pitch over for a strike. The throw down is dropped by the shortstop. So a stolen base for Kai Gross. She's on at second now with 2 away. So Kai on second, 2 away here. Biz Berry looking for RBI number 3. She fouls that one back. 1-2. Paige Hefka came back into the circle for the Maroons. She's now 3 and 2/3 innings. 4 runs all earned on 6 hits with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. The 1-2 in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Bausian. It's now 2-2. Count even at 2. The pitch inside a bit low. Runs the count full, 3-2. So Biz Berry at the plate this season has walked 10 times. Looking at these stats. Full count. And that's high and outside, ball 4. So Paige Hefka, who came into the day with just 22 walks and 112 innings, has already walked 4 batters, and we're 2 outs in the 4th inning. So Bella Russo to the plate. Russo 0 for 1 officially. She's walked and struck out. First pitch to her. She drives it in the left field. And a great catch there by Sims, who drifted over to the left field line and was able to take that in. Spartans get to a board, but unable to score. We're back here for the top of the 5th. Coming up soon. Top of the 5th inning here from Mather Park. We'll see if the delay affects Lexi Miskey at all in the circle. She's been, outside of one inning, pretty dominant in the circle. 4 innings, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts for the junior from Pittsford, New York. Last inning, she gave up a leadoff double, but then struck out the side, all swinging. She'll be facing Anna Jensen, Anna who struck out looking in her first at-bat. That pitch over for a strike, 0-1. Miskey only 59 pitches through 4 innings, even with the 8 strikeouts. A return to form for her. The 1 run, a solo shot by Layla Sims. The 0-1 offering popped out behind the press box. It's now 0-2. It's rare for Miskey actually this season to throw more than 4 or 5 innings, especially in conference play. The Spartans have been winning by quite a bit as the 0-2 pitch outside and fouled back, still 0-2. It feels like, at least this season, head coach Josie Henry has been saving Miskey more. She doesn't have as many complete games, just the 3 in 21 starts. It's a long season. This is appearance number 32 for her. The 0-2, grounded just past Bisberry, and that'll be a base hit. So a single up the left field line by Jensen. As another leadoff hit for Chicago. That's 2 innings in a row now. They've had the first batter on base, and it looks like we're going to get a change here. Probably running? Yes, a new runner for the Maroons, as it'll be number 8 running. Number 8, Claire Fortier, running at first. So Claire Fortier now at first base. This is her 27th appearance. She's only hit 16 at bats. She is 25 for 25 and stealing bases. So we'll see which pitch she decides to run on, but I'd imagine it will be soon. First pitch from Miskey. 48 does not run. It's over for a strike. It's 0-1. Lena Yazik at the plate. An 0-1 count. She's 0-for-1 with a strikeout. Fortier's off. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down is not in time. Fortier 26 for 26 now this season at steals, and she's in scoring position for Yazik. So 2 strikes now on Yazik. She's down 0-2, already struck out once today. We saw this last inning. The Maroons got a runner to third with nobody out, and Miskey bared down and struck out the side. We'll see how she responds here with a runner on second. The 0-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Lexi Miskey. That's the most strikeouts for her since she set down 12 against Carnegie Mellon. That was 2 Fridays ago. Maddie Nelson to the plate. 0-for-1, she popped out in her first at-bat. As that pitch fouled down the right field line, it's 0-1. Sorry, Tilly Nelson. She's listed on the roster as Tilly Nelson, but in the stat program, she's listed as Matilda. A couple different nicknames you could give Matilda. She goes by Tilly. The 0-1 popped out of play as well, 0-2. So a leadoff single by Jensen. 48 ran for her, stole her 26th base of the year. She's standing on second. But a strikeout, and now Nelson is down 0-2 against Miskey, who now has 173 strikeouts. And that's a liner back to Miskey. She gets her glove on it. but there is no play anywhere. So an infield hit for Nelson. You've seen sometimes Miskey able to stab that one and get it, but that time just off the edge of her glove, and she wasn't able to pick it up in time to get anyone out. Bella Russo and Caitlin Lamb over there to talk to her to see how she's doing and maybe to tell her how to catch a ball properly. That was a tough play there for Miskey. Comebacker a little bit low. She went backhand on that, but you saw Bella like try to show her. Bella has an advantage though. She's got a huge glove. Checking to make sure she's okay. I'm surprised the athletic trainer hasn't gone out to talk to her, but she's all right. All right. Her non-pitching hand. So runners on the corners for the Maroons. They're looking to tie this game up. Top of the 5th inning, 4-1 game. Fortier on third, Nelson on first. We'll see what Chicago has in store with the top of their order. Madeline Murphy at the plate. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. What kind of running play they have with the speed threat at third. First pitch. Swung on, tip back to the catcher. It's 0-1. Nelson was not running on that. This season, Nelson is 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts, so not much of a threat, but with first and third, you never know what play is on. The 0-1, swung on a miss, strike 2. Throw goes down to Potts, back to Lamb, and the runner is safe at home. So a run there on a successful first and third stolen base by the Maroons. So the score is now 4-2 in favor of Chicago. In favor of Case Western Reserve. Chicago just scored there. Nelson took off. Looked like Lamb was going to throw that to Kai Gross, and they maybe would have had the runner at home, but it went all the way to Potts, who then threw it home. The 0-2, and that's strike 3. So strikeout number 10 for Miskey. That'll be Murphy set down for the second time today. Nelson stays at second.
Now batting number 16, Natalie Anton.
Bring up Natalie Anton to the plate. Anton 0 for 2, line out and a fly out. Chicago looking to cut into the deficit a little bit more now. They're trailing by 2 in the 5th. As that pitch swung on and tipped back, and interesting there by the umpire. He motioned for a foul tip, but you should only do that when the catcher catches it. If anything, that should have been a foul ball. Either way, 0-1. Back to that first and third play is the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Anton late on that. Again, 0-2. The runner in third waited for the throw to go down, and as soon as she saw the throw go down to Karen Potts, made it in time, and the throw just a touch late, and a good slide there into home. So the Maroons score a run with the base running play as the 0-2 high and outside. It's now 1-2. 2 down, runner on second. Another strike here will get Case Western Reserve out of the inning. And there it is, strike 3. Anton down swinging, reaching in a pitch 2 feet out of the zone, but Chicago cuts into the deficit. It's now 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So Kayla Nutter steps in for the Spartans. She started the game as the designated player. She was replaced on the base pass, and she's back in re-entry. She looks at a strike. It's 0-1. Pops this one up in the outfield. Sims calls everyone off and is under it to make the play, 1 away. Quick out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Spartans' lead has been cut to 2. It's now 4-2. As we'll get another pinch hitter here, it'll be Jordan Manwarren will hit for Elena Steffes. So Manwarren to hit now after Steffes, who today was 0-2 with a strikeout. Manwarren, the senior from Plano, Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now batting.
Normally catching Manwarren, but we've seen her used a lot as a pinch hitter and pinch runner even. This is game number 30 for her out of 39 for the Spartans. She's hitting .306, scored 10 runs, driven in 8. First pitch to her, over on the outside part of the plate, it's a strike, 0-1. Manwarren this season, of her 11 hits, 3 are doubles. She's also walked 7 times. She grounds that one to the second baseman. Anton will throw it over to Yazik, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Case Western Reserve, as it looks like the delay hasn't really affected Paige Hefka much. If anything, she's gotten better after the delay. She gave up the 1 walk, but other than that, she's retired 4 of the 5 she's faced. Bring Caitlin Lamb, who's doesn't have an official at bat. She will at this point. She pops this one up. The right fielder and second baseman had a bit of a miscommunication, but the right fielder, Anton, will take it in. So 5 pitches, 3 outs for Chicago. As we head to the 6th, Case Western Reserve still leads 4-2. Audrey Hoy will lead off the top of the 6th inning as Elena Steffes is back in right field. The first pitch from Miskey, driven over to Steffes. She's under it and will make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th. Isn't that how it happens? You enter into the game and the first pitch you see is hit right to you.
Now batting, number 50, Maya Bosian.
Maya Bosian to the plate. Bosian 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Miskey with 11. Lexi Miskey in the circle for the Spartans. 11 strikeouts. She's up to 175 on the season. That first pitch on the hands fouled back. It's 0-1. So that 175 this year for Lexi Miskey still puts her 4th in a single season in program history. Last season, she set the program record with 207. Alyssa Hamilton previously held the record with 184 in 2018. And Rebecca Taylor had 181. As that pitch driven to right field in no man's land, and Kai Gross will make a great play with her back to the infield. So dangerous pop-up there, corralled by Kai Gross, and 2 quick outs here in the 6th for Chicago. But Layla Sims, the left fielder to the plate. Sims with the solo home run in the 2nd, the first of 2 Chicago runs this game. The Maroons scored in the 5th as well on 1st and 3rd play. That pitch over on the outside part of the plate. It's a strike, 0-1. 4-2 our score. We're playing the top of the 6th inning here between 7th-ranked Case Western Reserve and Chicago. This is game number 1. We had a 1-hour delay in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch over for strike 2. I'd imagine game 2 will start soon after the end of this one, probably 20 to 30 minutes after this one. Enough daylight today, as long as there's no other delays. The 0-2, that's strike 3. 12 strikeouts for Lexi Miskey. She retires the side in order here in the 6th. The Spartans come to bat in the bottom half. They lead 4-2. Bottom of the order here for Case Western Reserve in the bottom of the 6th inning. Spartans looking to expand their lead as we head into the latter stage of this game. It's Keller Jagoda to the plate. Jagoda 0 for 2 today. She reached on an error and grounded out. First pitch to her. It's over for a strike, 0-1. I talked about in that last at bat. That's Tilly Nelson at third is way in. It really paid off. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. Really paid off in Kella's last at-bat as it was a short chopper to Nelson at third, and she was able to get Jagoda at first by about half a step. The 0-2, that's strike 3. So Jagoda looks at 3 straight pitches on the outside part of the plate, and she goes down looking. Strikeout number 4 for Paige Hefka today. Top of the order, Karen Potts. Potts 1 for 3 with a single run scored and a strikeout. Spartans here in the bottom of the 6th just looking to extend their lead. You're not in a situation as that pitch high for a ball, it's 1-0. You're not in a situation where you can really enforce the run rule. I mean, it'd be nice to enforce the run rule, but you don't really need that here with a 2-run lead. So an extra run or two to give a nice cushion for Lexi Miskey in the final inning, or whoever goes out to the circle. That pitch on the inside part of the plate for a strike. It's 1-1. That was pitch number 100 for Paige Hefka. Paige today, 4 runs allowed on 6 hits, 4 walks as well. Those really have been the ones that have come back to bite her. She walked in a run in that 3-run third. That pitch, touch outside for a ball, 2-1. We'll see if Miskey comes back out. She's thrown 6 innings so far, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 12 strikeouts, matching a season high. The career high is 14, but that was in a 9-inning game. 2-1 to Potts, fouled up the first baseline, even at 2-2. Can't see, well, no one's warming up in the bullpen right now, though those bullpens are a little waterlogged, so I'd imagine no one would want to warm up over there. For Chicago, Nicole Wong is warming up in their bullpen down the left field line. It might be she's getting ready for game 2, possibly, but also maybe getting ready to relieve Hefka here if she gets into trouble. The 2-2 pitch to Potts. Line that one past the third baseman down the left field line. Potts is on, at least with a single. She rounds first. She's heading for second, and a stand-up double for Karen Potts. Potts is 2 for 2 today now. They'll give the Spartans a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Runner in scoring position with 1 out for Kai Gross. Gross is 3 for 3 with 3 singles and a run scored. Yet to drive anyone in. Kylie, the senior from Canfield, Ohio, went to Poland Seminary High School. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. She's had 4 hit games already this season, 1 against Gettysburg College that was down in Florida. Actually, that's her only one this year. In her career, she also had a 4-hit game against Kenya in her freshman year. That one's popped up. It'll be a tough play for the third baseman, and a diving effort by Nelson, and she's unable to make it in foul territory, so makes the count 0-2. Good effort there by Tilly Nelson, who turned around, had her back to home plate, dove in foul territory. I'm sorry, to try to catch that ball, but unable to make it. So 0-2 on Kai Gross, looking for hit number 4 today. She grounds that one to the shortstop. Well played there, and over to first just in time. Great play by Murphy to get Gross with Potts running in front of her. So 2 down, runner on third. Interesting to see Potts there just running on contact. It was a chopper, high chopper that Murphy was able to corral. So Potts on third now for Stevie Rieger. Stevie 1 for 3. Single and a run scored. Pitch high and tight for a ball. It's 1-0. In that third inning, the 3-run third for the Spartans, Gross, Rieger, and Barry started off with 3 singles. Barry drove in a run, and then back-to-back walks. Had the second run score, and after a strikeout, a sacrifice fly drove in the third of the frame as that pitch fouled back. It's 1-1, and that's the difference in this game. Spartans with a run in the first, 3 in the third, and nothing since. Chicago with a run in the second. That was a solo shot by Layla Sims, and then in the fifth scored a run on a first and third stolen base play. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Case Western Reserve. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Chicago. Potts on third with 2 outs here in the sixth as Rieger drives that one to left field, but Sims is under it, makes the play, and that'll retire the side. So the Spartans get a runner to third, but do not score. They lead 4-2 and need 3 more outs to close this one out. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the Chicago lineup here. And what could be the last inning, top of the 7th inning, the Maroons trail 4-2 to Case Western Reserve. Lexi Miskey, a vintage performance for her in the circle. First pitch, the Sinai cut on and missed. That's a strike. Miskey in 6 innings, she struck out 12, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. Both of the runs earned, and no walks. Just 82 pitches for 6 innings. Ava Sinai at the plate, 1 for 2 with a strikeout. That pitch high for a ball, it's 1-1. Sinai with a double today. Really for Miskey, she's just been working all sides of the plate, getting calls throughout the zone as that pitch over for a strike, just like that. It's now 1-2 of her strikeouts. I think 1 or 2 of them have been looking, but for the most part, she's getting these Chicago batters to chase. In the last inning, you saw them chase really far out of the zone, and that's strike 3. So a baker's dozen for Lexi Miskey, 13 strikeouts. That matches a 7-inning high for her in her career. And that's 1 down. It brings up Anna Jensen to the plate. Jensen, the second baseman today for Chicago. 1 for 2 with a strikeout. She singled in the 5th to lead off that inning. She was replaced with a pinch runner who came around to score. First pitch grounded to Kai Gross. Gross calmly, coolly collects it, throws it over to Bellarusso, and that's out number 2. So the Maroons down to their final out, and it'll be a pinch hitter here. Can't tell who it is at the moment. It's 23 will hit. That's Maya Martinez will hit instead of Lena Yazik. So Maya Martinez to the plate. Chicago's last hope here on the 7th. Martinez, a freshman from Chicago. She went to Whitney M. Young High School there in Chicago. Pretty popular school, at least for some Case students as well. So Martinez in with 2 outs, no one on in the 7th. Pinch hitting as the last hope. First pitch to her, inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Martinez comes into today. This is her 25th appearance. She started 19 games. This is at bat number 53. She has 11 hits. 2 of them are doubles. She's got a 1-0 count on her now. Pitch from Miskey. A touch high for a ball. It's 2-0. So quickly now, it's 2-0 on Martinez, the pinch hitter. The number 9 hitter, Tilly Nelson, would be next if she will hit. The 2-0, pop back foul, 2-1 now. Chicago down to its last out. They battled hard against the Spartans here, held them to just 4 runs, scored 2 of their own. 2-1. That's grounded. A diving attempt by Kai Gross, but she's unable to get it. So a pinch hit single for Martinez will keep this game alive. As we'll get Tilly Nelson to the plate, but another change here for the Maroons, as it looks like Martinez will be replaced on the base pass by Paige Zvocal. Paige Zvocal, my apologies there, Zvocal is now running at first base. So Zvocal on to run for Manny Martinez. Her day is done. Maya Martinez. Maya did her job, got a base hit. Zvocal on. This is her 13th appearance. She's 1 for 1 on steals.
Now batting for the Maroons, number 17, Tilly Nelson.
So she'll run it first. Tilly Nelson will bat. Number 9 hitter in this lineup, 1 for 2 with a pop out and a single. Pops this one, fouls it back. It's 0-1. 2 down, top of the 7th. Tilly Nelson is the tying run at the plate for the Maroons. Here in this battle of a game that was delayed an hour in the middle of it due to inclement weather. The 0-1. Way outside and high for a ball is throw down to first, but Zvocal is back with a dive. Zvocal, Z-V-O-K-E-L. She's a junior from Zionsville, Indiana, went to Zionsville High School there in Indiana. The 1-1. Pop back foul, it's 1-2, and the Maroons are down to their final strike. Lexi Miskey with a strikeout here would match the program record, which she herself set at this very ballpark. That was back in 2022 in a 9-inning contest. She struck out 14 against TCNJ to keep the Spartans alive in the regionals. And that pitch, Nelson reached her bat out and was able to foul it away. Good job by Lexi to get at her chase, but an even better job by the hitter to get some wood on that and foul it back. So count still 1-2. Chicago down to the last strike, tying her on the plate. Here's the pitch. Popped up behind the plate. Lamb might have a beat on it. She doesn't, as it falls off her glove. And Tilly Nelson stays alive. A tough play for Lamb. Threw her mask away. She's trying to find herself among the fence. Maybe a play. It's a tough play. It's a tough play. So unable to get that one. So Nelson stays alive. She's fouled off a couple tough pitches here. Looking to keep this game going. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back again. Count remains 1-2. There's a good at bat here from the number 9 hitter. This will be pitch number 7 of this at bat. The number 1 hitter, Madeline Murphy, is on deck. Murphy 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts, but she is hitting .455. 1-2 again. Low in the dirt, gets away from Lamb, but she's able to get it before any advancement, so evens the count at 2-2. Evens the count at 2-2. Chicago still down to their final strike. Here's the offering. And that's strike 3. Miskey got her swinging. 14 strikeouts for Lexi Miskey. Ties a program record. Sets a 7-inning record for the Spartans, as Case Western Reserve will take the first game of this doubleheader 4-2. Spartans will improve to 32-7. And the Maroons will drop to 25-9. These two teams will play game 2 in about 30 minutes. And we'll see you then. Goodbye.